Hey guys, Michael Mershon, your Ziegler licensed choose to win coach, your Texas broker, San Antonio realtor here. I wanted to get on today and talk about something that I think is becoming an epidemic in our culture, and that is principles and values. More specifically, choosing your principles and values. Because the reality, guys, is that we cannot stay neutral and basically, being neutral means that you're going to get pulled in any which direction. So, not having principles and not having values is not really a choice. It's just a question of if you choose your own or you let somebody else choose for you. And that's what I want to dive into today. Just because in the world that we're living in right now, with the cancel culture, with all the racial tensions, with everything else going on, it is very, very highly charged. And it's more important than ever that you have a clear understanding of what your principles and what your values are, because the odds are at some point, if they haven't already, they're going to be tested. And if you don't have a clear idea or a clear understanding of where you stand and why you stand there, then you could find yourself in real trouble. So, this is something that really speaks to me. The spiritual principles and values you choose to live by will either limit or unleash your potential. And I believe there is greatness in all of us. And I also believe that far fewer than I would like to see actually achieve greatness and unlock that potential inside them. I think too often people settle for the quick, kind of the quick win, the quick sale, the quick reward, the instant gratification that is so prevalent in our culture today. And I think having character and having integrity, that we're going to get into, that integrity, and just how that can build trust and how that can build bridges that will take you places that you would not go otherwise, and that so many people never get the opportunity to because they develop bad habits, bad character, and they don't have integrity. So, this is a saying by Billy Graham that I really like. When wealth is lost, nothing is lost. When health is lost, something is lost. When character is lost, all is lost. And I believe this speaks to both individuals and a country or a civilization or a society. I believe that when character is lost as a society, when morality is lost as a society, then it is a very short road between there and the end of its existence as we know it. That's what worries me about our generation that we're seeing right now in America. Everything is so much instant gratification. Everybody's a winner. If it feels good, do it. In the whole gender sphere, if you feel like you're a man, you're a man. If you feel like you're a woman, you're a woman. I can't even name all the genders because it seems like every time I look it up, there's added three or four more. And it's not exclusive to that. It's everybody wants a handout. Nobody wants to work for anything. Participation trophies, kind of all those things that have become almost like a generational shift is what really concerns me, that you're not going to build character and you're not going to build integrity based off those things. So the generation I'm in and the generation coming up, like our kids, that is what I'm really worried for. So go ahead and define integrity here. Integrity is a firm adherence to a code of especially moral or artistic values. And I want to focus on the word values there because I feel like as a generation or as a country right now, we do not have a lot in terms of true values. Everything seems very much motivated by for lack of a better term, almost clickbait, like what's going to get the most outrage out of people and what's going to draw the most attention. And that's the defining factor for that particular moment. I don't feel like it stands on principle and I don't feel like it stands on true integrity or true values. I feel like there is an end game or a motive behind so much of what happens in today's culture. So again, like I said, trust is a byproduct of integrity, and having that trust builds bridges. And losing that trust is going to break them and burn them down. And it's going to be very, very hard, if not impossible, for you to regain that trust once it's lost. So something I've noticed in my own career, there have been times early on in my career where I made decisions that I am not proud of, that I am not would not make again. Basically, they were not decisions based off integrity and character. I let something slip through the cracks, and instead of making it right and paying, the two, three, $400 that it would have cost, I decided to take the easy way out, and I have lost clients because of that. Consequently, later on in my career, I learned and further committed to doing everything by character and integrity. So if it didn't fit within the moral guidelines and the moral values that I had laid out for myself, then I wasn't going to do it, and I wasn't going to be a part of it. So an example that comes to mind is very similar to the mistakes I made early in my career. Later on in my career, I also have missed sending invoices in for certain things, like a home warranty, for example. I was supposed to send the home warranty to the title company so that they could process it, put it on the final statement, and have the sellers pay for it on the buyer's behalf. Since I never sent that in, the sellers ended up not giving that $500 credit to the buyers, and the buyers subsequently had to pay for the home warranty out of pocket. Now, nobody knew exactly what happened. It could have very easily been blamed on the home warranty company, the title company, the seller, any number of people. But in this particular situation, I had taken that responsibility, and I decided that the right thing to do, I had dropped the ball. So the right thing for me to do is write them a $500 check right there out of my own personal account. And that was that was not fun. Nobody likes to work that hard, get all the way to the end, and then realize that you messed up, and you now have to write a $500 check to make it right. But that is a small, small price to pay in terms of overall character and integrity, because those same people that I made it right for have then gone on and referred me clients, and I have given them the same level of treatment. So, regardless of what it costs, especially in today's culture, it may cost you more than at any other time in our history, or in my lifetime at least, to do the right thing. And doing the right thing doesn't always mean that it's going to lead to a happy, easy life, but that doesn't make it any less the right thing to do. Now, character and integrity are not something that you can purchase. It's not something that you can buy. It's something that is developed, and something that you have to buy into. Some synonyms for integrity, and if you think about these as character traits or character qualities, that's kind of how I look at them. Character, decency, goodness, honesty, morality. Now, those are all seemingly kind of basic things that everybody should have. Now, everybody should have decency, everybody should have goodness. Honesty should be a pretty common thing, and morality, righteousness, rightness, uprightness. Maybe you're getting a little bit deeper with those, but at the same time, those are all great qualities to have, and those are things that we should strive for. So, as a society, I feel like we can do so much better in that. And I feel like whether the society chooses to change or not, at the end of the day, it starts with the individual. That's what my coaching practice is about. That's what this program that I support is about. It's about making small changes. Now, nobody's going to do it right 100% of the time, and that's okay. If that was the case, then we would all be perfect, and then we wouldn't be having this conversation. But the reality is that you have so many things in your life that are out of control, and so many things in your life that are unpredictable and that you can't necessarily plan or foresee. But having committed to integrity, having committed to the character qualities, and develop those, is going to allow you to respond with integrity when those trying situations or those unexpected things come up. And that's what I would like to encourage you guys. You're going to try, you're going to fail, you're going to slip up, there's going to be setbacks, and that's inevitable of anything. But it's not so much that you have a setback, it's how you handle it after the fact. Handle it with integrity, handle it with character, handle it with honesty, morality, and then get back up and keep going. You're going to slip up. If you slip up, you make a mistake, own it, make it right, and move on. It's not something that you have to dwell on. It's not something that you have to make a huge deal of. Certain things require more, but as a general thing, you want to acknowledge it, you want to make it right, and you want to move on. And that would be my encouragement for you guys, whether you're way far down on this list where you're into virtue and uprightness and rightness, or you're just at the very beginning, you're trying to figure out, okay, maybe what do I believe? What are my principles and values. If you don't know that, I would encourage you to seek out some counsel, whether that's a coach, a mentor, maybe a pastor, a friend. Ideally, if you can find somebody that has been down the road that you're going to go down, been down the road that you're trying to go down, they can save you a lot of heartache if you will ask and just listen to what they have to say. Because odds are they've been down the road and they've made the mistakes that you are going towards. And being able to have a little bit of an insight into what they did wrong, if they're willing to share, and avoiding those pitfalls can save you a lot of time and a lot of trouble and a lot of heartache down the road. So that would be my encouragement to you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you next Friday.